have made it. We have made it, guys. The Mustang GTD application window is open, and you've probably seen my application video because I posted it about a week ago. Now, I have not made a full-fledged video going over what is happening with this application, but I do want to make it. Right now, I've been really just hammered with getting my college work done. I'm graduating right now, so it's so many final exams. So I apologize for a lack of content, but on a positive note, I have really covered and filmed a lot to share here with the Mustang GTD, and I'm excited to put in this video. People, I think, should know what goes into buying the ultimate Mustang ever made. This is a Mustang that is 3 times the cost of my old GT500 carbon fiber track pack. Well, is it 3 times the price? My track pack was $106, I believe. This is $325,000 for the starting price. We don't know what the options are going to be looking like. We don't know how far it'll extend with the options. I know with the Ford GT, you could get a lot of money in options. Even the exposed carbon fiber package was, I think it was around $200,000 from the owners that I've talked to. Anyways, you can really extend these cars out to make them very bespoke, which is a fun and fancy word for custom. Now, you need to be accepted to buy the vehicle, and I want to really go over what they have you do so far. So let me go to the beginning right here, and I've also filmed with my screen cam. I'm not going to show private details, obviously, but it's interesting because I want to really analyze what they're looking for with clientele and how far this application goes. So once you get started and you make an account on the Mustang GTD application website, it wants you to put in your applicant information. This is your first name, last name, your address, your email, and preferred phone number. So that's pretty standard, right? It also wants to know if I'm legal driving age in my country, of course, and do I consent on receiving communications? Yes. This is where things get interesting, so stay with me. So tell us about yourself. Select all that apply. This is required. You have to choose between the following 8 options. The first one is was a Ford Mustang owner. Second is I am active within the Mustang or the motorsport community. Third, I own similar vehicles to other manufacturers. Fourth, I own a Ford or a Lincoln. I engage with Ford Pro, which is upfitter, fleet, those types of things. I am a car collector. I consider myself an influencer in public opinion. And finally, the 8th one is I use my Ford vehicles for charity events. Could this be what they're really looking for with the buyers? And if they have more, let's say, demand than quantity of vehicles they're building, is this the right way to go about it? I know with other brands, they go to dealerships, and the dealerships can put a $200,000 markup on, their new GT3 RS. This solves that problem. This solves the problem so that it doesn't go to people who want to flip it, I don't think. It goes to people who are deserving of the vehicle. At least that's what I'm thinking. And I know many people, as of with myself too, I think that we deserve it. And I'm curious to see what they deem for people like us and friends of mine who track their Mustangs. Being a Mustang owner, I check that box. I'm active in the motorsport community. Check that box. I own similar performance vehicles. They obviously want this Mustang to be viewed in the same light as a Ferrari or other $300,000 car. So getting the vehicle to people who are accustomed to those other very fancy automobiles, it basically symbolizes how the Mustang is in that class. We check that box too. Fourth, I own a Ford. Yes, I do. I even have an older Ford truck. I think I'm a car collector. I also am an influencer of public opinion. That's a really fun thing to say. And then finally, the last thing that I have, which is the 7th checkbox, is that we do stuff related to charitable activities, of course. That means that I think 7 out of 8 check marks is pretty good so far. Regarding being an influencer of public opinion, it's crazy because all the videos that we've done, you have no clue how many amazing Mustang enthusiasts I get to meet almost on a daily basis. I walked into the UPS store, and someone walked up to me saying that they love the Mustang content. They got a Mustang Shelby because of the videos that I posted. So it's so cool getting to meet all the people who love watching car videos on YouTube, and I'm very thankful for all your support, for enjoying the content that I've had the chance to put out there, all of you to watch. Continue. When you check that you owned a Ford Mustang, it gives you a dedicated page. And this page basically asks, what models did you purchase? When did you purchase it? Did you purchase it new? Do you still own the vehicle? How many miles were driven on the vehicle? What best describes how you use this Mustang? So, for example, the GT500 Super Snake that I had, I'm clicking it's a public collection because the vehicle, people could publicly see it in my collection. It was a show car, of course. We do a lot of shows with it. It's a street car. Wasn't really in a private collection, meaning like locked away for no one to see. No, it wasn't like that. And then especially, it went to the racetrack. They also want your VIN, so I had to dig up my VIN numbers. And then they want to know if you still own the vehicle. I don't own the 2014 Mustang anymore, nor do I own the GT350R. I've really had the chance to kind of go through the models to work my way up, and being a younger guy, it's been very exciting doing that and sharing my journey with all of you. I still love where the GT500 track pack ended up. Tony is such a cool guy. If you haven't seen that video of me trying to buy back my GT500 carbon fiber track pack, make sure to check it out. I'll have it floating on the top of the screen right now. Finally, there's an option for a third Mustang, and I put down the track pack GT500. Unfortunately, you only have 3 options for Mustangs, and I wish I could keep adding more because I have more to add, but I just posted the 3 most different ones, I would say. I could have put my handling pack, but I'd rather say on the track pack because it's, I think, a higher tier Shelby. With only 3 slots, GT350R, GT500 Super Snake, and track pack GT500 for 2020. Have you driven your Mustangs on track? Of course. What do you participate in? I'm doing time trials, time attack, road course events, HPDEs, track days, even some charitable events too. So basically all of the above. Are you a member of any clubs? Yeah. What kind of social activities do you do? I put down how I share my vehicles on the YouTube channel, and also go to tons of events, even the IMSA races too, just recently. So everything that you can do with these cars, I try to do. What describes my involvement in the motorsport community? I'm a fan, of course. I like to participate in time trials, road rally, national events, semi-pro events, club racing, autocross, track days, and regional events. Yep, we do that here. I am a professional driver, have all the credentials. I got my SCCA full competition license. That was fun to do. I highly recommend that. Did you participate in a motorsport racing event? Yes, I did. Here we go, competitive owner. This is where it gets even more interesting because this is where you talk about what competitor cars that you own. So I'm gonna list the 2 McLarens I have and the Z06. Going first and foremost, I put down the McLaren 750S, the MSO 1-of-1 track build for 2024, so 2024 model year. Is it in a collection? Yeah, my collection. It's a show car, track car, street car, all of the above. I put down my 600LT McLaren. So it shows that, I'm a buyer of this type of a vehicle, supercar, and I want to see how it compares against my other supercars. Also, I put down the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 with the Z07 track package. That's a very good car. I love that car. I know many of you love that car too. So I listed those 3 cars, and then I said how I want to use the GTD in the same way of going to the track and seeing how it does on laps for lap times at Coda, Big Willow, Laguna Seca, you name it. Now on this page, it wants to know what other Fords you own. So I'm talking about how I bought the Raptor R. I have other Fords as well. Here we go. We have made it to the collector page, and this is interesting. It wants to know how many vehicles you currently own in your collection. They want to know how many are Fords, and they want to know the value of your collection. So this is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting. Scrolling down, they want to know the 3 most significant vehicles in your collection, and what is the most significant Ford in your collection. I guess this is for people who may not be track drivers too, and this is like gonna be their main ticket to get the vehicle. So let's say if they own a Heritage new Ford GT, they own an 05 Ford GT, and they want the GTD, they would put down how in their collection, the value of their collection is, let's say, $1 million. And the most significant Ford is the Heritage Ford GT, and then how you plan on using your collection. On one end of the spectrum, it kind of seems like, man, this is a lot of information. Hope they don't sell it to anybody. Sorry, I had to go there. This is new to me, and being that we report stuff with the automotive journalism here on the channel, I do want to share what it's like because this is something that I'm enacting and doing right now, and I document that kind of stuff for all of you. The next page is all about being an influencer. And they want to know your reach, how many people have discovered your content. So total channel views, I think the channel is at a little over 60 million, something like that. Engagement, people who engage with your channel, interact and follow, that's a pretty easy number to pull up. And they want to know links, then how do you describe your public opinion. Finally, here we have charitable activities and how many vehicles have been associated with your charitable activities. What do you do? So I like to share the vehicles for a cause and awareness efforts. Done a lot of different things over the years. A fun one was a Cruise for Kids. That was a fun one in San Diego. You get to share these really cool cars with them. And you get to meet a lot of really fun owners who like going to different hospitals and more to get kids involved in the automotive scene. And I really do like that. And it's not just kids as well. I like to do other things for other charities or nonprofits. So hit continue, your style. And this is a slide that it wants you to express your style, right? In your own words, how do you express yourself? The questions are completely optional, are simply intended as an opportunity to get to know you and hear more about your interest in Ford Mustang GTD. You must provide a video that is 60 seconds or less, must be publicly accessible. So here's the fun stuff, guys. Go on YouTube, type down Ford Mustang GTD application, and check out the videos. They're so fun to watch. I keep watching them, and I know they're getting some views now because people know it's a thing. Some of the people sharing their videos come off as really cool people, and I love getting to see their backstories because you don't get to see them otherwise, right? Well, for us, you know, you could see all the Mustang stuff we do all the time, but getting a chance to see all these people that I've never, heard of online before or I've never met before and hearing their stories, it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's really intriguing. It's interesting to learn about more people. I think it's cool. This is so much here. Provide links to any other online content you'd like to share for consideration of your application. This can include relevant photos, articles, documents, or media posts. I don't think that means videos, because I think video is the application video up top, right? 60 seconds or less. So I don't think they want any more videos. Yeah, just any photos, articles, documents. Well, there's a lot of articles about us from like big magazines too when we were doing a lot of the Mustang content. Also some pretty cool photos and media posts. So I guess I'll have to figure that out. There's 2 slots here. And finally, I have read and agreed to the Mustang GTD application terms and conditions, and I voluntarily consent that the person whose information I'm entering has voluntarily consented to have the personal information requested or required by the visiting system collected, processed, and stored by Ford Motor Company in databases located in the USA, and to global transfers of this information within Ford and to Ford subsidiaries and affiliates as identified in Ford's then most recent annual report to the US SEC on Form 10K and to Ford's and Ford's affiliates service providers, including Jackson Dawson, which are located in the USA. Well, that's a lot there. In summary here, if we analyze the variables at hand, they could have the car go to collectors, right? People who go to charity events, track enthusiasts, or they may be trying to find people who fill all the boxes. Could that be it? Could that be a gateway to get the vehicle? Or is it a point system? How do they objectively judge each person? They can't look at someone and say, well, I don't like the way this person looks. I'm going to say no to them because that's discrimination, right? If you look at even like HR practices, right? If you apply that to this GTD application, there's got to be a way that they can procedurally rank maybe or look at how each applicant stacks up to their desired preferences, right? If you look at what we have checked, right? Social media, good. Relevant with sharing Mustang content, perfect. Owned a lot of Mustangs, even other Fords, like older Ford trucks and even the new Ford Raptor R. Own competitor supercars, yes. Go to the track, yes. Involved in motorsport community, yes. There's even more. There's so much that I could say yes on here, and I wonder if that helps with getting more points to get the vehicle. I'm very curious about it. And I also have some really good friends of mine who are applying, and I really hope they get the vehicle as well, and they are very uniquely different than me. I want time to flash forward right now until probably the late summer or fall where they announce who gets the vehicles, because then I can kind of understand what they're looking for here. Could some of these options be maybe reverse psychology? You hit on it and they really don't want a car collector to get the vehicle, or they don't want someone that owns a competitor supercar? I don't know. There's so many variables here at hand. I'm curious if this is going to be an objective process. I just hope that the people who, in my opinion, should get it, like track enthusiasts and dedicated drivers, get the shot. And that's just my opinion. I think these vehicles should be driven, meant to be driven. That's why I really had fun taking the 750S McLaren to the track recently, because you get to feel what the engineering, what the racing drivers, the development drivers, the designers all had to put together to create a vehicle that comes into one piece's harmony in the racetrack. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful going to the track with these vehicles. And I wish people would do that more so they can understand what they really mean, what the GTD name means for racing at least, and even what these other competitor cars really can do to make them supercars. In summary then, you have time to update your application if you haven't already finished it, and that's gonna be completely due by I think mid-May. I'm just gonna get everything wrapped up here, make some more adjustments. Also want to hear what you think. If you have any feedback, please let me know down below. Finally, I think we'll hear if we've got it or not in the next coming months. Stay tuned, maybe during Monterey Car Week. That'll be fun. Stay tuned for that content. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. And subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. Let me know if you filled out this application. I would love to hear your thoughts. And do you like it or dislike it? Make sure to check out my application video. I have it floating on top of the screen right now. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next episode.